Hi ladies, Jan Copeland. My sister and I started this page, which is, actually it's not a page, it's a group, with the goal of helping each other, women helping women. And what an amazing, so far 6 days it's been. I'm going to put you down and so that I can look at my notes, because today's day 7. And day 7 means that we are done the challenge. But I did share with you yesterday that I'm going to go live tomorrow for a special announcement. But what I wanted to do today, ladies, was take hopefully no more than 15 minutes of your time overviewing what we've done. Hi, Dina. Overviewing what we've done and today's final action, okay? So, first of all, we need you to know you're a great realtor because you've taken action, okay? And I don't care if you've been a realtor for 2 weeks or 20 years. You decided to take some action by joining this challenge, so congratulations. Both the Inc. magazine and Entrepreneur magazines both say that action doers will actually be successful, be most successful. Hi, Judy. So, you are here because you want to take action, so let's go. We're going to overview very quickly what we've done in the previous 6 days. Day 1, instrumental, foundational, setting the proper mindset, getting rid of the junk, forgiving yourself for any guilt, any shame, any bad stuff that happened, and that's done. We're moving forward. We're focusing on what we want because what we think about grows. Then we captured what we wanted, right? We captured what we had done well in 2017 so that we could continue doing that in 2018. We also captured what didn't work for 2017, and so that we could analyze it and say, is it something that I need to be trained on and something that I think I would like, or is it something that is something I need to cross out and say no to? Because remember, you are your brand, right? And so what we've learned is that since you are your brand, if something doesn't feel good to you and you don't feel connected to it, then mark it a big X, say no, and do so unapologetically, okay? Then we got clear on our top 3 business goals and top 2 personal goals, okay? And remember, writing this down is huge. It's a huge first step because only those people who actually write their goals down have the bigger chance, and I think it's 95% higher chance of actually accomplishing what you set out to do if you put it in writing versus just saying it. So that's huge. I want to follow that up with something that I didn't really mention before, but when you write your goals down and you make sure that they are specific and measurable and a stretch and all those things, it's best to have them be something that you see the moment you wake up and just before you close your eyes at night, because those are the 2 highest times of the day when our subconscious mind is most active. And so if you look at your goals and then go to bed, you're going to process that. Your subconscious is going to process that all evening. And then you wake up and look at it again, and then your subconscious mind will process it all day. So in addition to capturing the goals, just wanted to throw that in. Then day 2, we did some deep thinking about us and about who we are and about how can we provide a wow experience. Remember, we talked about how women, according to the latest Forbes study, account for 80% of buying decisions. And in addition to that 80% of women having the buying decision, they are an influencer to another 15% of decisions. So that means that women hold the power, if the Forbes research is correct, and why wouldn't it be, to 95% of buying decisions. And so since we are women, that is an amazing connection that we already have with the decision maker or the decision influencer. And that study also talked about how women really respond well to an experience, right? So it's up to us to make sure that we provide our clients with a wow experience. And only you can determine what that will be. For myself, I was sharing that when I have a listing appointment, I will send an excited card, and I actually don't send it. I actually drop it off at their door, okay? And so if I have a listing appointment tomorrow, I will be writing a note about how I love the neighborhood, I've always admired their house, and I say, I can't wait to see you tomorrow, and I leave that note. That's where my wow experience starts, and it continues through there. Okay? You are your brand. You need to be able to incorporate those things that you love into your wow experience. Then on day 3, we pulled out those top 3 business goals that we wrote down on day 1, and I asked you to run these goals through the 4 determinants to an actual goal, okay? Because if it doesn't meet these 4 criteria, then it's not a goal. So number 1, it has to be specific. It can't be, I am going to, get better at sales. That is not a specific goal. Therefore, that's not specific, so it's not a goal actually, okay? So it has to be specific. It also has to be measurable. So if I say that I want to close 25 transactions in a year, then it's measurable because at any point in the year, I can say, okay, how am I doing with that goal? Okay. Thirdly, it has to be a stretch or somewhat scary, right? So a goal has to be give you a little agita, but it should be an exciting adrenaline to be a little scary. Because if it's not scary or a stretch, then it's simply an action item, ladies, and it's not a goal. And lastly, that goal has to have a deadline, okay? So when it meets all those 4 criteria, then in fact it is a goal. And then also on day 3, we brainstormed actions that you could take under each of those business goals. And when I say brainstorm, what I mean is that I wanted you to just get away and think anything's possible, okay? Because what happens is we hear so many things coming to us saying, you need this, you need this, you need this to be successful, you need this. And before you know it, you are so overwhelmed you don't know which way to turn. So through this whole process, I've asked you to get alone, I've asked you to get quiet, turn off your cell phone, and really think about what actions could you take that would get you to your goal. All right. Day 4, we kept working with your main 3 business goals by reviewing those actions and throwing out every action that you came up with against what you enjoy doing. Because guess what? When we actually do that which we enjoy, what happens? We're happier, we feel more fulfilled, more connected to our business, and then the overwhelm and the fear and the isolation even goes away. Okay, so that's what we really focused on day 4, how we have to be able to say no to something that even if somebody says, oh, you need to have this widget or you need to do this. No, you can say no unapologetically because you have a plan, right? And so when you don't have a plan, that's when you're harry-carry and you're like, oh, I don't know which way to turn. It's Monday morning. What am I working on today? No, that's what we're doing. We are getting clear and focused on what you want. And then on day 5, we hit home the concept of focus, right? Which means to follow one course until successful. I love, love, love that, okay? The power of focus is amazing, okay? And so what I asked you to do on day 5 was get rid of your number 2 and 3 business goal and just pull out your number 1 business goal. And now prioritize your actions with milestones for next week, the week of Thanksgiving, and the last week of November. Why? So that you can actually look at your calendar, whether it's in writing or Google Calendar, however you keep track of what your actions are for each day, that you see what you need to do. With focus comes consistency, and with focus, it's easier to sacrifice in the now so that you can accomplish what you want in the future. So that was day 5. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you is an awesome book, and I highly, highly recommend it. I was at a woman's retreat probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and this woman named Laura Vanderkam wrote a book, and the book is called 168 Hours, You Have More Time Than You Think. So if you take 24 hours, ladies, times 7 days, that equals 168 hours, okay, in 1 week. And so when we assign our action items to the day versus the week, it's very easy to get off track. And here's what I mean. So let's say you said that tomorrow you were going to be doing 2 action items that are going to get you moving toward your goal for 2018, okay? And then your plan was to work it from, 9 to noon, let's just say. And then at 9:30, what happens? The phone rings, and you have one of your closings that's scheduled for later the week has a big blow-up issue, some kind of lender issue that kind of intertwangles, with something that you might be able to help with. So you get pulled off there, and it takes you hours to work that out, and then a client that wasn't supposed to be in town until tomorrow calls you and says, hey, I got into town early, can we please go check out a house, or can we write an offer? Something happens, and you know where I'm going with this, ladies, because you're a real estate agent. Next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have not done either of my 2 action items for the day. And what does that make you feel? Frustrated, defeated, okay? So instead, we're not going to do actions by the day, ladies. That's why I said we're going to set the actions by the week. And that was day 5. Yesterday, it was all about personal accountability, okay? And bringing it back to the fact that you are your brand, okay? And I know I keep saying that, but I need you to really get that. In my heart, I want you to get that, because when I got it, it was a huge difference in my business. So how are you going to hold yourself accountable to the actions to get you to meeting or exceeding your number 1 business goal? Have you documented the actions that you're going to take this week? The week starts tomorrow, ladies. Do you have your action items? Are you excited? Do you know what you're doing? Do you need help to actually do 1 or 2 of the action items? Okay, have you sought out that help? Here's one of the things I want you to understand, ladies, that I think this is such an exciting business, being a real estate agent, because we can create it. If we want to start doing events, because we like managing events, we like meeting people face to face, how awesome that we can just go ahead and do it. We don't have to check with anyone. We can just do what feels right, okay? And if it's within the focus of letting you accomplish that main business goal, it's fantastic, right? That's why I'm saying you are the brand, and you have to be unapologetically moving forward toward what you want to do. So I ask you, reality TV is a big thing right now. Why? Because the new generation, I guess the trend, if you will, is to be authentic, okay? It used to be, when I was younger, IBM in your suit, looking professional at all times, and very strict sales rules, okay? Well, now I feel like sales is about true, authentic place of help, a place of helping other people, and the people that really receive our authenticity end up being our ideal client that we enjoy thoroughly working with, okay? And so I don't know if you're like me, I love the Housewives series on Bravo. My favorite is the Housewives of Orange County, and I guess New Jersey. But maybe because I'm originally from the Philadelphia area, I don't know. But I look forward to watching those shows, okay? And why? Maybe because I'm nosy, sure. And maybe because I like to see a sneak peek into someone else's life. And I actually, feel like I learned something from them, believe it or not. But anyway, my point is, ladies, it's an experience watching those shows, and women love experiences, and we know that 95% of buying decisions are either made by a woman or influenced by a woman. So what I'm saying is that it's up to you to document the actions that you're going to take, that you're going to be excited about, that speak to you. How do you want to dress? How do you want to speak? Okay? Create your business. Don't chase the norm. Remember, we talked about don't chase the norm, or you'll be normal. You'll be average. And with all of the real estate agents out there in every market, you don't want to do that. You want to do something different. So for today, day 7, it's time to get practical. If you want to see a different result, you have to take different action, obviously. And it's likely that you will need to elevate your skill set in order to reach a new level of sales success as a realtor. And so maybe you need help on social media. I see a lot of posts on the Girls Guide about posts on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest, and how these can facilitate business your way. Then I also see a lot of posts about CRM and about how to close the deal. So you need to seek out proactively for yourself the help that you need to institute your actions. And definitely, maybe it's time to hire an admin so that you can get to more sales courses and more sales focus in your business. Or maybe you need to hire a coach and learn some more sales scripts, what to say and how to, and even maybe just practice what you need to say that goes along with who you are and your heart and how you want to help people. But whatever it is, you need to have that commitment, right? So what actions are you going to take this week, next week, and the week after? Plan these actions week by week. Competitors are fighting for your market share. Competitors are planning right now to take market share in your market. And in order to increase your sales, you're going to have to dig in your heels and do what makes you stand out, providing your clients with a wow experience, okay? All right. So I want you to map out that process. And it's really, I want to encourage you that you can take what we've done, what hard work that you've done already with these last 6 days, and then fine-tuning it this final 7th day to make you absolutely unstoppable toward having your most successful 2018. Self-discipline is about controlling your desires and impulses while staying focused on what needs to be done to achieve the goal. Okay? So think about Olympians, okay? Olympians seem to have a natural gift for whatever they're doing, whatever their sport is in the Olympics, right? But they hire coaches, but they practice many, if not most of their waking hours, day in, day out, day in, day out. So what are they doing? They're practicing self-control, and they're keeping their desires down in terms of their impulses and things that could pull them away from their end goal of making the Olympic team, because those sacrifices are worth it in the end, all right? Another thing that I always say is doing what you don't feel like doing at exactly the time you don't feel like doing it. And I kind of chuckle because I know if my team members are watching me, I'm always saying that. It's sacrificing in the now for the future that you want. Commitment means staying focused to what you said you were going to do long after the mood has left you, okay? So the real value of setting goals is not the recognition or the reward. That is important, but you know what? It's the person that we become. Because guess what, ladies? Some of you, this is a stepping stone career, and you're going to reach a certain level as a real estate agent, and then you're going to go on to maybe another entrepreneurial venture, or maybe, who knows, maybe some other corporate job that this time right now, this time that we're in right now, has prepared you for. We don't know, but it prepares you for what is to come, okay? And so all we can do is enjoy what we have in front of us right now. So, as I said yesterday, I am going to be back tomorrow, day 8, with a bonus. I would say there's probably just under 600 people signed up for this challenge. And between Judy and myself, we have probably heard from about 120 of you who have emailed, who have private messaged, and who have also put comments on this page saying that you've gotten so much out of it. You've had some breakthroughs, which is fantastic. And then I've had others of you who said, I need help. I can't take it. I'm still overwhelmed. I still need assistance. Well, guess what? That help is coming, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So I'm really excited. So as always, ladies, please know that I welcome any and all comments, and I really, really am excited to stay in touch with you, to hear about how things are going long after this challenge, because we are in this together as sisters in the same real estate game, if you will, what we call real estating. I love calling it real estating because it makes it a verb, because it really is a verb. I think it's a fun job. And it's been wonderful with you these 7 days. So come back next week, or rather tomorrow. What am I saying? Come back on Monday. I will be going live around noon with a big announcement, and I will be posting today's notes in the file section. Have a wonderful Sunday evening, and thanks again.